All hail the Queen Victoria Agave, or Agave Victoriae Reginae, an elegant and resilient member of succulent royalty. This low-maintenance plant, as well as other agave, make a great addition to a lazy garden, and we'll tell you why. In this video, we'll go a little over this agave's background, as well as care instructions, and other fun similar plants. The Queen Victoria Agave, so named after Queen Victoria of 19th century England, is a small symmetrical species of agave native to northern Mexico, where it thrives in arid, rocky regions. The scientific name for this plant is Agave Victoriae Reginae, and other common names for this plant are the royal agave and white-striped agave. It's a slow-growing plant with a compact rosette that typically reaches 12 to 18 inches tall and wide. It blooms yellow to cream-colored flowers on tall stalks when mature after about 20 years, and it will only bloom once at the end of its lifespan, which we'll get into more later. We love the Queen Victoria Agave for all the perks that make it a favorite for lazy gardeners and busy plant parents. It's drought tolerant, so perfect for those with busy lifestyles who forget to water or want a low maintenance option. Its compact size makes it ideal for apartments, offices, or any smaller spaces. It's aesthetically stunning, with a symmetrical rosette shape, deep green leaves, and crisp white markings. And it's pretty hard to kill. This tough little succulent thrives where other plants might struggle. Whether you're a seasoned plant enthusiast or just starting your journey, the Queen Victoria Agave is a timeless, easy care choice that will turn heads without demanding much of your time. Now let's get into how to care for the Queen Victoria Agave. Agave will thrive in bright, sunny conditions. When finding a place for this plant in your home or in a garden, consider the phrase bright light and in sight, which means finding a spot that will get plenty of healthy sunlight and that you'll be able to view and enjoy. Because out of sight is out of mind, and we take better care of plants when we can see them. One of the reasons we think this is such a great plant is that agave can handle some full sun, so you won't have to worry about burning the leaves as much if you want to pick a spot outdoors, on a balcony, or patio. Otherwise, choose a spot indoors by a big south or west facing window. This queen demands well-draining soil, no soggy roots for her. Use a cactus or succulent potting mix with 30 to 50% inorganic material like perlite or pumice to improve drainage. This will ensure greater long-term success of your plant and help mitigate any potential overwatering. Typically, you'll want to repot your agave every 1 to 2 years in a pot that's around 2 inches bigger than the current plant size so that it has room to grow. But be careful while doing so. Agave leaves can be deceptively sharp at the ends, so we recommend putting on gloves first. To repot your Queen Victoria Agave, choose a pot with drainage holes and fill it partway with fresh, well-draining soil. Remove the plant from its old pot, loosen the roots as best as you can, and center it in the soil. Fill in soil around the sides and press in firmly to secure your agave in its new home. Add top dressings for a fun, clean look while providing practical benefits. All sorts of fun planters and top dressings are available in our online store. The Queen Victoria Agave is a drought-tolerant plant, which we think makes it great for beginners and people with busy lifestyles that don't have a lot of time for plant care. It only needs to be watered when the soil is completely dry. You can check this with your finger or with a tool like a wooden skewer to make sure no damp soil sticks. You will also notice that the pot will feel much lighter with dry soil. When it's time to water, do several rounds of watering to make sure that the soil is completely saturated, checking that any excess water is draining out of the bottom of the pot. Avoid watering the top of the plant if you can, so that the water doesn't collect in the leaves and cause any rot issues. Once you've done this enough, give the soil time to completely dry out before watering again. Because this agave goes dormant in the winter, you'll want to reduce watering during this time, especially if it's an indoor houseplant. It's taking the time to slow down and rest, which means you should too. We love the Queen Victoria Agave for its small compact shape and bright colorings that make it such a beautiful and unique plant. A healthy Queen Vic will have firm, dark green leaves with distinct white markings. It will grow slowly in a compact rosette shape, with sharp spines at the ends of its leaves. At maturity, it typically grows to about 12 to 18 inches tall and wide. But keep an eye out for these common problems. Overwatering can lead to root rot and brown, mushy leaves. Be sure to stick to the soak and dry method of watering and use well-draining soil to help prevent this. This plant can suffer damage in prolonged freezing temperatures. Protect it or bring it outdoors if you can during seasons of frost. Be ever vigilant against pests that would attack this queen, such as spider mites, mealybugs, and the agave snout weevil, a small black beetle-like insect that loves munching on agave. Use 70% isopropyl alcohol to treat these pests and prevent infestations. Regular inspections can help as pests like to hide in the nooks and harder to reach areas of your plant. Agave Victoriae Reginae thrives in warm, dry environments and does well at temperatures between around 55 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. While it can tolerate brief drops in temperature, it's happiest in USDA hardiness zone 10. Keep it in a low humidity area and avoid overwatering in the cooler months. Propagating this agave is a breeze and can be best done by removing offsets or pups from the base of the plant. This agave can also be propagated from tissue cultures. To propagate through offsets, gently separate the pup from its main plant, keeping the roots as intact as much as possible. Plant this pup in well-draining soil and give the new plant a few days to rest before gradually increasing watering. Before you know it, you'll have a beautiful new agave to enjoy or give as a gift to a friend. The Queen Victoria Agave is mildly toxic to pets and humans. The sap can cause irritation, so wear gloves when handling and keep out of reach of curious pets and kids. Agave bloom in quite a unique way. The Queen Victoria Agave is monocarpic, meaning it blooms once in its lifetime, typically after at least 10 to 15 years. When it's ready, this agave will send up a towering flower spike up to 15 feet tall before completing its life cycle. New plants will then spring forth from this bloom, and the cycle will begin again. The white rhino is a highly coveted form of the Queen Victoria species. The leaves are more dramatically marked, with bright white variegation that will only become more pronounced as it matures. Another royal agave, Ferdinand Regis, has thicker, more triangular leaves and tends to have more prominent spines at the leaf tips. It's a little more rare than the Queen Victoria, making it a collector's gem. We love the Queen Victoria Agave for its compact shape, bright markings, and ease of care. Making sure it gets bright light and is in sight, has well-draining soil, and is occasionally watered when the soil is completely dry, will keep this agave flourishing year after year. Please let us know if you have any questions, like this video, and subscribe to Lazy Gardens for more plant care videos on all sorts of succulents and cacti.